Welcome back to the Bazaar. I'm rather Incoherent, and I, like many others who are playing the game currently, am tilting out of my mind. The ghost snapshotting bug for me is really ruining the game. It's ruining my desire to climb higher in the ladder, because so often I'll have games where they're absolutely cracked and I feel unstoppable, and somebody shows up with a dog shit scaling build that I should kill easily, but they've already scaled for 80 seconds in a previous fight that has for some reason carried over into my game, and it's a nightmare. I was going to do an over-explained run for Pygmalien. I tried to. It's terrible footage. I won't be using it because instead I just tilted off the face of the world after getting Regal Blade Arms Dealer as my opening cards and then losing the first 4 games to bad scaling builds. So instead of playing Pygmalien properly and explaining things, we're gonna play Pygmalien as a last send-off to Crook, because I'm assuming some part of Crook is getting nerfed. We are going to force Crook. It's not that hard to do, but normally you play more conservatively and you don't try to force a random strategy. And we are going to play as fast as possible to avoid emotionally attaching ourselves to our build and just beat people to death with Crook at a blistering pace. That's all today is. Let's get into it. We're gonna have more complicated videos and more complicated analysis when the core mechanics of the game actually function. For now, we're gonna be going as fast as we can. Arms Dealer, you say. A little bit of anti-synergy with Silk, but I mean, giving it 9% crit chance or an amount of shield that won't matter if it's a part of my core strategy versus winning the game on Arms Dealer. I'm gonna take Arms Dealer. 3 regions, very massive early game. Spending all my money on bronze tier junk items to scale Arms Dealer sounds brutal, so I'm gonna take the regen. And we're gonna go for Kimono for the scrap, I think. No, fuck that, we're going Fanged Inglet. We want the weapons for Arms Dealer. This is just 4 silver, or 4 gold rather, in disguise. Don't believe it's lies, I'm not building around that at all. Hey, the Sandstorm's here, we can finally win the match.
Believe you'll win, and you'll win.
We got Pelt, which is honestly ideal because it sells for the most gold of the lot. We can go to JJ to get items, or we can buy experience. I'd prefer to get my experience from a gold event, so I'm gonna go to JJ.
Ah, a friend. I mean, a customer.
We are going to take this Regal Blade immediately. We're going to take the hatchet and we're going to leave.
Back for a refund.
We're happy to go to middle. I was hoping to get a 2 gold 1 experience treasure chest event, but I'll take this. That is a rough shop. If I sell everything, I can't really do much in the next phase, so I'm just going to accept that I got nothing here and take my bad odds of a victory. I will sell everything now instead of like playing around loop to give myself good odds of actually winning. 390 health, Regal Blade at 20, Silk at 30. It's not good, it beats bad builds. It loses to bugged builds, and it loses to a lot of good builds. But we have saved a lot of gold going into day 2, which is when you can actually buy a Crook, so that's good. Also, our opponent is not a bug scaling build. He is in fact a build that has very low damage output and should lose to us in the long run because he's out of ammo and Langjin does fuck all. We're down 120 health, but we actually have items and he has basically nothing. Langjin is just so brutally slow. When it deals like thousands of damage at diamond and you scaled it up all game, that's one thing. But in this situation where it's dealing 50 damage, it's just rough. You know, I was very confident that we win. My items aren't particularly fast either. We're ahead, we win, good. I had to wait until the very last damage increment to have any confidence in that though. However, as long as we get the day 1 win, it doesn't matter.
No hard feelings, right?
Non-weapon items is not a Crook. So I'm gonna take +2 income instead to buy Crooks on later days with. I don't really want to upgrade the Regal Blade, but I mean, it's obviously good. I was just hoping to use it on something else. So medium items are good. They can be Crooks. They can also be a lot of other things that aren't Crooks. And 2 income is really, really good on day 2. Jungle Ruins for Pig has a 2 income variant. And even though I'm saying I'm forcing Crook, there's some things you just gotta click on. Now our build's terrible as a consequence of this. So we're gonna go fight Tent City Mayor and barely win because we really don't have anything going for us. Our Regal Blade outscales the dog. Our Silk is approximately equal to the temporary shelter, and we're starting off up 40 HP with 3 regen, so we should win this. I'll be back with you once the Sandstorm clarifies who the victor is. And as the Sandstorm gets here, I'm ahead in shield. We win comfortably as expected. Comfortably being 60 HP, but hey, that's still very clearly our favor. There's no randomness to this fight. That is far and away the worst thing you can give us. I was hoping for anything that sold for money. I'm gonna go to JJ. There's a lot of things we can hit that we like.
Place, right?
We want a yo-yo eventually. We want the hatchet.
So, how about this weather?
Do we roll? Do we take a safe to scale silk? Yes.
I get it.
Even though it is a loss of money.
Enjoy your purchase.
We also take a briefcase.
Happy to make a sale.
We just sell the briefcase, sell the safe. Do we want to get the Pygmalien longbow? Yeah, we do. It's comfortably better than what we're currently doing.
Do you have to leave already?
If I'd hit exactly Curio, I'd have felt terrible about this, but any other vendor, I was happy with those decisions.
You've just taken the first step toward good taste.
We sell... I think I'm actually, again, willing to sell all of this for scaling reasons. We have to sell one, and then we juggle both of these.
Remember, diamonds come in small boxes.
We have 740 health, 104 on the Regal Blade. I don't think I need to scale the silk to do well. I think we're already insanely strong for day 2. There are very few Menaces that can beat this. There are cracked burned Menaces that kill us. There are bugged Menaces that kill us. This is not one of them. This is actually a different bug. There's a lot of bugs in the game right now. I'm really hoping that this one gets fixed as well, although it's less game breaking. This is a day 1 Vanessa board. That's why she has nothing going on. This is not a day 2 character.
Plunder, more plunder.
Don't let this get you down.
We've got Ayla, which is always good when you have Arms Dealer, and especially good when you have a Regal Blade. I don't have a ton of money, though. I won't roll on her, but I will look at what she has.
I can help you finish a fight.
All right, so I said I won't roll on her, but now that I've seen only medium items that I don't care about, odds are very good that I see Pygmalien, Longbow, Crook, or small items. Like, there's only so many misses. And when you miss this many times, it makes the reroll button really good. Fuck me, that's bad. I don't want the yo-yo to upgrade. I would rather sell it. That way I get the scaling on Regal Blade and Arms Dealer. I obviously want to buy this to sell it, and I will hold in that ladle as part of an eventual strategy with Crook. And I think I'm happy to take spare change. Economy items can be very, very good. They can also be bad. Right now I don't have the money to buy a Crook, so I have to take spare change. I cannot gamble on economy if I'm trying to force a Crook. It's important that I make sure I don't run out of inventory space, because I've done that far too many times. 3 regen or Andy. I'm gonna take another 3 regen. 6 regen with my health pool leaves me pretty comfortable. Do I feel like I sell 1 coin to put this at. Maybe I don't want the yo-yo in. Fuck, what was that? I think we beat Ether, right? But I'm not certain we do with only 146 on the Regal Blade. I have more health than it, meaning the Pygmalien Longbow is also very good. I think I can just get crit and killed? Surely not with Silk too. I'm trying to greed my way out of selling these coins. That's the main thing. I think that Eccentric Aetheryte is a win. And I have said that and lost to Aetheryte before because I'm a greedy idiot, but I have more health than them. Surely we're fine.
The sparks! They're everywhere!
Because the fear is that this scales that up, they crit, they deal a ton of damage, they get a huge lead on you. That really just shouldn't be able to happen. My items are slower than theirs, which is scary, but we just have, you know, massive damage here, 60 damage here because we have the health lead, Silk to keep us alive. It seems very hard for us to lose this. I don't think that it's mathematically impossible to lose, but it's a pretty safe bet that we win, it feels like. At the end of this, we come out 400 health ahead, which is, you know, incredibly solid. Most characters don't have that much health yet. Arms Dealer is a really balanced card and definitely shouldn't be touched in the patch. By the way, this is my #1 offender for balance right now. It's not Pufferfish and it's not Crook. I think both of those are too strong for how reliably you can find them early, although they do appear to have nerfed that somehow. Because I had like a diamond Crook on day 3 and day 4 game right after the patch. And as you can see, I've yet to find a Crook, and I keep finding people who refuse to sell me weapons. But I think Arms Dealer is far and away the most egregious outlier. Look how much fucking health I have. I'm lapping everyone else.
Come with no weapons, leave with big bargains.
I don't care about scaling marbles. I'm happy to roll here with the amount of money I have. That's just a whiff, unfortunately. This is plus 40 for 2 gold. I am willing to do that. Although I guess apparently I should have sold this first to avoid buffing it with dog skill. And I'm gonna need to sell it shortly anyway, so I'll sell it now. Leave and see what the next vendor is. It's Pole. That's unfortunate. All right, I'm gonna go to Economic Seminar. Pole, like, he has things that are worth considering at this point. If I were playing more seriously, I'd be like, oh shit, do I need to consider like trying to switch out to Pig's Gem? Is Lemonade Stand what we're looking for? Is my economy good enough for Lemonade Stand? We're not doing anything but Crook. We're done. So, since we're forcing a Crook, that is a lot of money. Holy shit. Okay, first, sort this out. This is very weak right now. I'd much rather have the briefcase on board. I'll take my red envelope. And Grandpa Clamps. Man, the briefcase isn't very good either, is it? Well, whatever. It's all roughly the... it's fine. I'll sell the briefcase because it's better for scaling. Because this is almost the exact same as the briefcase. I have nothing based on the amount of attacks I use.
You do see these tusks.
Day 3 on dedicated Crook build. Force it at all costs. Still no Crook. Excuse me? What the fuck is this? I mean, I get the idea. Dock Lines is a very strong late game card. Captain's Wheel is a great way of putting haste on some cards. Life Preserver is an incredibly strong card in general. The idea is that these are pieces of a poison build and he has nothing else. But I was taken aback when I saw an opponent who had like literally one card on their board, more or less. Rush with literally no weapons is pretty funny though. I was not expecting that. And you can tell he wasn't bugged because his Life Preserver went off.
Learn a lot from. I can already see.
I don't have a property, but that doesn't matter. Income is still very good. I can't just take random tools. They're probably not crooks. Like, there's very few tools better than 2 income. Bronze tier junk items is back. I have a lot more money this time. Let's go scale up a Regal Blade.
Recycle. Relax.
Right now, the Regal Blade's at 186, and I'm at 28 gold. I'll update you once I've bought out the entire shop. All right. We're down to 11 gold. This is up to 308, down to 5.5 second cooldown. Atlatto's also gotten a decent number of buffs. The Silk's up to 180. And our board's sort of, you know, missing some pieces, but that's fine. We also have a leg race in our bank now. This is for cheesing cooldown reduction. If you use a percentage cooldown reduction, I got both types of wings just now, then having this on your board actually increases the cooldown length, so a percent of that is removed, and that essentially snapshots, and instead of removing, you know, 1% of 10 seconds, you remove 1.1% of 10 seconds. It's slightly better. Barely matters, but it does matter, so I'm doing it. JJ, you are not Orion. But that doesn't matter.
Let's chat.
That's useless. Do I roll? Going into monster fights, I'll have more gold coming out. I roll. I'll take a rewards card. Not happily, but I'll take it.
Sad to say goodbye.
A lot of coins sitting around. Is this on the end of the day? Yes. So I can't use it in monster fights, so I'll just leave. This is a ton of upgrades. That's useless. That's useless. Boiler Room Brawler is just night and day when you get him. The amount of upgrades you get when you get a hammer or a wrench compared to any other build is just tremendous. I cannot overstate how valuable this is. Maybe less so on other characters, but there are so many core economy pieces. Not that I have any of them, but Loop and Cash Register are both tools, meaning it's very easy to enable a hammer, which can also target Crook as its upgrades. Or sorry, the Wrench can target those as their upgrades, and also a Crook. And the hammer needs those cards to trigger in the first place. That's not what I wanted, but at least it fits on my board and does, you know, something, anything. And it's better to have it here, trigger that a little bit faster. I think I go to Quicksil and I don't roll.
You're huge. Do you have any huge?
Not that I would need to roll with hits that good. We finally have the loop. We're gonna toss some of this to make room for the juggling.
Okay, now sell me something. Something huge.
And once again, no Curio, or not no Curio, no Orion. I don't want to take 3 regen again. It's essentially a dead jump. In the early game, the regen's super valuable, but at this point on day 4, it's really not a big deal. I'm gonna toss these. I've got the gold that if I see Lemonade Stand here, I can purchase a Lemonade Stand. And like, it's not a huge upgrade, but it's something.
Heal their tunes, heal the wounds.
Normally, the correct play is you buy the bird. And it's literally 0 opportunity cost, so I may as well buy them now that I have the loop. But like, man, is it not exciting. Upgrade all your spare change. Hold up. Like I said, we're forcing the Crook, so obviously I should hold those, but I'm not going to. Give me an insane influx of cash, please. I could sell these now and scale up my silk. And I'm going to on the following argument. If I get a second loop and this goes to gold, I have unlimited money. So I'm more concerned about forcing this fight to go well than anything else. And I still at least have a target for rewards card with the knee brace. All right, Talismans, let's see it.
Warn you, I'm not like other Jabalians. My people believe in peace.
All right, I have 1900 health. His 710. His diamond briefcase is pretty scary. Oh, wait a second. 24 starting damage. You know, it just feels like even for a diamond briefcase, that was a really high starting number. It didn't matter, but I think that was snapshotting bugs. I'm glad we crushed him so badly it didn't matter at all. But that's also a part of why the game's less enjoyable for me presently, is because every fight, I'm not even like concerned with anything else. It's like, is it bugged? I'm immediately trying to figure out specifically, is it bugged? Take this to juggle. These have no opportunity cost with the loop. Roll, because I'm fabulously wealthy. Finally got my cash register. Weights are a medium item, which I would like to have if I'm switching to Crook, and the yo-yo and multi-tool are doing precisely fuck all right now, so fine with that. None of this can hit Crook, but Andy can hit second loop. As I said previously, I don't care about upgrading the yo-yo at all. I just need it for a synergy piece later. I'm gonna toss the weapon, since that's the whole reason we got it. Grab the bird, because it's no opportunity cost to have options. And sell these. I need to make 2 spaces. I don't think the multi-tool ever goes back on my board. The bird does get to be set aside, as it could actually be very useful later with a Crook. And if I'm using these 2 together, then marbles isn't going off. But I mean, succulents definitely isn't going off, so I'll take that instead. Buy and sell hatchet. And then buy and sell yo-yo. And coming up to the next day, we will be taking Gorgon Noble every time we steamroll that fight, and the skill she drops is so powerful, if you actually get it. I always get a little bit scared when I think about fighting Gorgon Noble. Like, I look at her, she has 10 poison here. She's generating regen as she fights you. I forget off of what. Oh no, I'm combining enemies. That's part of it, right? I combine her with other poison enemies. She does do a legitimately threatening amount of poison damage, but by the point in time you have this much poison on any build, you should be able to kill her. Because like, even if you aren't Pig, I've only taken about 400 damage at this point. It's day 5.
I've come too far to let you
Just give me the 10 wins and let's end the video now, Christ. All right, thank you. I have missed that so many times, but I still fight her every time with a chance at it. Non-weapon items. I'm gonna need to make some room here. Toss the piggles, move this over. Buy the ATM, buy the weights. Take the roll. These have no opportunity cost and scale my silk. Normally I would sell an ATM immediately because I don't want upgrade a shield item to show up in my level up rewards. But I've already got silk and it's so good on my board that I can't justify removing it. So getting rid of the ATM actually doesn't make a ton of sense. But then I don't have the space for everything. So even though it doesn't really benefit me tremendously, I think it's the least valuable thing I have if I'm trying to get down to 3 inventory slots. I'm gonna buy and sell these. Upgrade your leftmost weapon. Well, congratulations, Regal Blade. I guess we're using you instead of a Crook today. We're going for Ayla because we have a gold Regal Blade and we're looking for a Crook.
Buy my weapons, and you might.
Toss these. Upgrade the flail. Upgrade the flail, I say. Juggle the flail. There's no chance of that staying. Do I want to? Yes, I need 3 spaces anyway. I'm happy to spend 6 on Beast of Burden because that is a gold Regal Blade. It's 40 damage and 60 health with the Arms Dealer. It's crazy. Man, we are on the struggle bus with getting this Crook, aren't we? It's the end of day 5. The good news is, and this is part of why I enjoy playing Pig, that even though we've completely missed what I'm trying to force, I have found something useful. I should have bought this one at a time because I'm not playing around augmented weaponry. My counterpoint to that is augmented weaponry literally doesn't matter unless you're specifically putting all of it onto one card, which is a thing you can do. It's not going to have an impact. Because I'm trying to go Crook and I have a Regal Blade, I'm just not thinking about it. Is that your starting damage? 75 at silver, huh? I think he might have already scaled previously. It doesn't matter. But like, imagine if I only had 600 health and just died to this guy, how tilting it would be.
Defeat does not defeat me.
Oh, you've got potential. I bet I'll see you again.
None of this is super relevant. I might go large items just to look for shipment for yo-yo outs. That's so dumb. That can't be right. But the other two options, like Artisan Dunes just needs a full rework. This is such a wasted option on basically everything. It's incredibly strong, like specifically for pufferfish, and then everyone else just looks at this in size and picks one of the other two options. I can use it to upgrade the Atlato a little bit. It's what I'm looking like I'm doing, because if I'm forcing Crook, and god damn it, I am forcing Crook, then I don't need this 3 gold. And Atlato's gonna be a permanent mainstay of the build. So I'll give it 10 damage, get its cooldown being a little bit more respectable currently, invest in myself, or sell items at JJ. Normally, I would think 2 income's pretty good. I'd be happy with the current state of my build. I would click invest in yourself. I can't get a Crook by investing in myself, though. So we toss the coins again. Buy up all the weapons for Regal Blade purposes. Hallelujah. All right, I'm sorry, Waits, but you have been strictly outclassed because the Crook just starts with as much value as it would ever get. Toss these useless weapons. I have the gold to juggle this. I'm going to. I think I can afford to spend 4 gold just for scaling at this point. And having pushed my scaling as hard as I have, the Lich has, I believe, 2,500 health. We have pretty respectable damage outside the Regal Blade. The Dust Storm will deal no damage to us. I think we crushed the Lich here. Oh, wait a second. Can I get 2 copies of Petrifying Gaze? I've never seen anyone with that, but logically it works. Yeah, the poison's gonna stack up pretty scary, but it's going to be fine, I promise. We'll die with like 120 poison on us. Or sorry, they'll die with like 120 poison on us. It's very scary, but we just have enough health to sit here and tank through it. Not even half health, not even close.
You seem like a nice person.
The Icicle's not bad.
Maybe too nice.
I actually will sit on that. Leftmost shield item, how dare you? I mean, it's gonna be here for a while. My counterpoint to that is, like, right now, it's probably already close to worse than Icicle plus Yo-Yo. And as soon as I have the gold Crook, this is out. I don't like upgrading it, but the alternatives are so bad that I'm gonna do it anyway.
That's quality.
Free regen straight out, health, toughness, and shield items can get me a belt and a Pygmalien longbow. Gumballs can get me very, very minor gains for 0 resources spent. Gonna go to Kev's Armory.
Craftsman. Me?
I can also juggle this. I always forget that this counts as a health, toughness, and shield item, because in my mind, it just counts as literal garbage. Pig's Gem is a bit late. We have a really strong... What? I would say, no, the Crook is not a health, toughness, or shield item, but the shielded Crook is? I said I was gonna force Crook, but it turns out the game was forcing Crook. All right, so like I said, as soon as we have the gold Crook, this guy's right out, because now we can put this between Atlatl, Pygmalien, and Longbow, and we can put Freeze on our starting board. And that's just tremendously more damage, and we are 100% a beatdown deck. We are gonna keep this. The Bird's actually very good once you get Diamond Crook. You can use like ATM plus Bird next to the Yo-Yo, and that will be the fastest way of triggering damage you can get, really. Toss this now. And yeah, I'll be on my way. Oh, hey, Orion. It's day 6, I can get a Diamond Crook. We're gonna go from no Crook to Diamond Crook real fast, I think. Theoretically, we can miss it. There's actually like above 50% odds that we miss it. And we did, but I'll take the loot. Oh, I can't afford it? Don't even pretend. We all know we can afford it. I probably shouldn't have sold the second one. I just assumed I was completely out of money, and I was like 1 or 2 gold short, apparently. Okay, so our economy is completely handled now. Gold Crook, incredibly strong. 3,500 health on day 6. And I have to voice the thought, even though it's not like a good thing to add to the video, my immediate thought was the only way we lose is to a bugged build. Thankfully, this isn't bugged build. Unfortunately, that is a terrifying amount of burn in a life preserver, so we actually could lose to that. He already life preserved, I think. We're not losing.
You've got talent.
Oh, it's so broken. Crook is not even really the problem here. Like, I think I might have lost without Crook, but that's because my build's one card outside of the Crook, right? I've been playing to get Crook online and ignoring the alternatives, like setting up pawn shops or building up a gym. Heal and regen is useless. Starting my next fight is an NPC fight. I think I'm going to take EXP, but I don't have a ton of gold. I mean, I can sell the knee brace and all of this. I do have 25 gold just shitting around in the bank right now. 28 if you count the bird, but I shouldn't. I'm gonna buy experience for the right price. And I'm gonna spend the full 5, because every time I'm cautious at all with my economy on this character, I live to regret it. We are going to toss everything now and take 5 spare change. I almost misclicked spend all my money, which would have been a catastrophe. Now coming over to middle, this first page is just abject garbage. We're gonna roll all of that. Middle is just not trustworthy. You give her your money and she wastes your time. We always fight Thug. Viper Tyrant's only relevant if you're playing a poison build, and even then only barely. Chili Charles has nothing for any build I've ever played, and I always forget what he has. Thug has Bonk, and Bonk is one of the best skills in the game. Additionally, he has a Thieves Guild medallion, some like moderately okay skills, Junkyard Club. Spices on a Crook build is like slow. On a Crook build, your goal is to kill them before they even start doing things, so using Spices doesn't really jive with me. I will happily replace something with Anchor, usually.
Not all.
Oh, hey, speak of the devil.
Are pacifists.
We are in an awkward spot for Anchor. It might not happen at this time. The reason Anchor is good is because if people have a lot of health, but it's currently day 7, it'll outscale other cards. However, with specifically Gold Crook, so this is not at 1 speed, and a Regal Blade, and a Yo-Yo, so there's not slot for a 5th medium, right? Actually, in our current situation, this is 2.5, and we get it down to 1.5 by doing that. That's a meaningful jump in damage. I think we are better off with a medium item presently, if only barely. Prospero's economic items, and I love the economy, so I'll be over here.
As shrewd as you are handsome.
And I now make money by juggling bronze items, so if it's a bronze item, I buy it, a bronze small item that is, I buy it automatically. I have the money to juggle any medium items, and that cash register is so nice.
I made that same
Big Gem is not happening. Medium health. Why'd I call that medium health? Heal and regen and small items. Move this over before I head out. I've never actually tried to put value on a safe. I assume it still gains value. Yes. We can sell that. This scales Regal Blade. Roll.
Excellent choice.
Scales Regal Blade. The rest of this doesn't matter. Toss it all. I need to stop buying multiple weapons at a time. It's so minor. It's got 1100 damage. How can I fret over 2 damage? But I know I need to. All right, tell me that you are the pawn shop diamond belt build with 10,000 health on day 7. Do it. Gee, I wonder if this started at 105 or if he just has weights from a previous fight. Which seems more likely to you, viewer? Do you think his board is bugged or do you think he started that way? I am so glad we're unstoppably strong, and this is why I enjoy playing, not specifically Crook Pig. It's why I enjoy playing ridiculous aggressive builds, is because like, holy shit, I hate playing scaling builds. You hit another scaling build, but they've already scaled and you automatically lose. It's so frustrating. Hero merchants, by the way, are great for Crook builds. We did not get, what's her name, the chef, Jules. However, Mac is still very, very, very good for us. Dooley has too many cards, you're not likely to hit something like a flamethrower. Mac has something called, is it Mirror? No, it's Mortar and Pestle, that's what it is. Those are useless to us, and we've missed it, unfortunately. Turbo Magic Carpet. 4-second cast time, haste 2 items for 1 second. 4 seconds is pretty fast. Haste 2 items for 1 second doesn't do a ton. I genuinely think that this is a trap. Mortar and Pestle would have given one of my cards lifesteal, which is something I will absolutely hold for the entire game to put lifesteal on a Caltrops. In this case, I'm just going to bail. There was probably a weapon on the first page that I just like didn't even process as a weapon. Oh hey, we win. Crook, congratulations. You have been successfully forced.
Moving up in the
Wait, aren't you a shielded Crook? I bought a shielded Crook. Your shield items have plus 10 shield for each medium shield. I had no idea it had specific shield only text. Cool. So there's officially no longer an item in a shop that I care about. That's not true. I still want an ATM or a balcony or a snow globe. Any 2-slot property will do. The anchor is pretty hard to, not the anchor. The Pygmalien longbow is pretty hard to justify, I would say. It's just very slow. We toss this, we put the yo-yo next to the atlatl. Our next fastest weapon is this. We get starting freeze, move all this over. JJ can give us an ATM, any of the properties really. Going for experience doesn't really matter because we're so strong for the current day and we're trying to get out by day 10. Jesus Christ. I've never dreamed that I'd be lucky enough to get caltrops off. Sure, why the fuck not? Make it diamond just to rub salt in the wound. Okay. We put in caltrops over the anchor. The anchor never fits anymore because we have a fully scaled regal blade that's doing effectively the same role. Goodbye, sweet prince. You did effectively nothing the entire time we had you, but there was theoretically a world where it made it to our 10th win. Wandering Shoal, Jack, and Oasis Guardian are all wholly irrelevant to us if we go for the one with the highest experience. So what is our damage looking like? About 500 a second. Every time he uses a card, he takes another 200. And after 6 seconds, we dome him for 1300 plus 250. Just, you know, very normal amounts. Oh, hey, it's big caltrops that don't scale well with a crook. Going to toss those, I think. I don't feel eels have any sense in this build. Chocolate bars, probably. No, not a weapon idol. Stop being a coward. Go get a property.
Punish the warful.
That is all useless to me. I just have to double check every time I see the boxing glove. And that is also all useless to me.
That decision.
It's day 8. I'm gonna go for small and medium over skills, but this is the last day where I would do that.
Terrifying.
Gumball machine not being a property. Classic. Always forget. I do want to briefly harp on about it. Gumball machine should just be a property. The vending machine, which is literally a gumball machine is a type of vending machine, is a property. The ATM, thematically identical in function to these two things, is a property. How is the gumball machine not? I've literally submitted a bug report because it just seems like an explicit oversight to me. I will take this. I'm out of space. Oh yeah, the eels are pretty big. That makes sense.
Gods.
And the reason caltrops are so good is because they hard counter the shit out of poison and burn Venesses, which are basically the only thing that are going to do anything to us in the first place.
I should warn you.
I really cannot imagine a Vanessa build that beats us. It would have to be like the most cracked defensive one-item weapon build of all time. Nah, that ain't it, Chief. This poison build just dies to caltrops alone, not that they even lived long enough for their items to really start going off.
Another round.
So when Crook gets nerfed, I obviously won't be too upset about it, because I understand that this should be harder to force. I'm expecting the nerf to be something like just Silver Crook doesn't exist. Gold and Diamond remain unchanged, it's just a harder build to put together. I'd also unironically be fine if Crook didn't get nerfed. I think genuinely Arms Dealer is much more problematic, but I think Crook and Pufferfish are probably outside like the norm. They're too strong, and they warp the meta around themselves. I said this to my friends, I think the metric I have for is something overpowered is unless Dooley is finally too strong, then something is overpowered in keeping Dooley down. The first time Dooley becomes too strong, we've gone too far, we need to backpedal a bit, but until then, keep nerfing shit that's not Dooley. I guess I'm taking gold tier skills here. There's a lot of good ones. Coolant Link is definitely number 1 on the list. Oh, that's just bullying. You can't give me lethargy, that's stupid. I'm doing it. Lethargy does uniquely make me worse against damage over time builds, but because I have no inherent synergy whatsoever with my own cards, any build where like every X seconds they get Y, now it's every X 0.3 seconds they get Y, and that is notably worse than it originally was. How much worse? At least 30%, and usually they're multiplicative scaling, so a lot worse than 30%. Another hero merchant, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna try to find Mac again, because if I get lifesteal, I win. Knife block's obviously good, but knife block doesn't improve my damage unless I change caltrops out. I don't want to remove caltrops. I'm going to Mac because if I get specifically the lifesteal thing, I can pretty much just put it on my board over the yo-yo and win guaranteed with lifesteal caltrops. That is not it. And that is him? I guess it makes sense. He's catching wildlife with it. He has more cards than I thought he did. So it's probably better to go to Jules because there are a bunch of random cards I don't think of as map cards that apparently show up with him. None of these have anything I'm interested in, so I'm just going to go after weapons platform because it's the biggest, most experience. So what is the time to kill here? Do I deal 3,000 before the Regal Blade goes off? Yes, I do. Holy shit. Oh, to be fair, the Caltrops are contributing. He has an Uzi and several other fast items.
You'll win, and you'll win, but not.
If I wanted to, I could have an Uzi, but I don't think I do want to. Upgrade your leftmost item. Well, I've already upgraded everything I care about. I've already got Diamond, Regal Blade, and Crook. The most damage is probably upgrading Atlatl. You only get 5 for upgrading a Caltrops. So I'll take the Atlatl, even though it's super minor. Bronze tier junk items is going to be the biggest buy I can get because it's going to be a massive amount of scaling on the Regal Blade. Once again, I'm going to do the thing where I sell everything he has back to him. The start is 15 to 13 on the Regal Blade and 59 gold in the bank. And we're leaving at 84 gold, which I'm pretty sure means I gained a substantial amount of money, and a 1926 on the Regal Blade. And a little bit higher on the Caltrops as well, which is pretty relevant. And I think for our last shop, we're going to be going to Ayla and juggling the entire inventory. Because we are unfathomably wealthy.
I prefer action.
Sure, I'll take the Diamond Caltrops. Give me the extra 5 damage or so.
Use it well. Make me proud.
And do I actually want to juggle that gold item, or do I think it's a bridge too far? You know what? I think it won't matter at all, and I think it's a bridge too far. I don't see anyone doing anything against this build. I have not perfect Crook build, but like really close to. This is a very strong Caltrops against anything like this that would normally be remotely scary. And then I just have the basic Yo-Yo plus Atlatl plus 4 medium items with a Diamond Crook. The beatdown capacity of Diamond Crook, Atlatl, Yo-Yo is so high that if you can get anything else on top of it, in this case Caltrops, it feels unbeatable before like day 11. And honestly, there are a lot of builds with holes in their defensives that still get crushed post day 10.
I would spar with you, but this leg.
Yeah, sure, upgrade the Atlatl.
Moving up in the world.
This is pretty expensive, but being a small item, I'm willing to stomach the loss because of loop helping out. And gold items at small are just not a problem for me. We juggle the rest of this. Non-weapon, shield, small tool. I'll go non-weapon. None of this is going to be very meaningful. I'm going to roll. I don't even know what it could hit that I would care about. Diamond boots are really good. I'm going to toss these, and I'm going to really think about the possibility the game could ever go long and I could want diamond boots. I've got the bank space. It's just wrong and not to buy them. Like, they're not going to do anything. I know they're not going to do anything. But they're cool as hell, and it's correct to buy them to upgrade all of your stuff to diamond. So here, the only thing we won't really is... There's a bug with this guy specifically where you can't cover his skills. It's happened to me many times. This is 2% crit chance every time anything happens. I think that's what we want. We'd also like the Genie Lamp for obvious reasons. Hey, I'll take my eventual 100% crit chance. If somebody is surviving for an extended period of time, I'm probably going to fail to kill them without this guaranteed. I think this is better for me than my opponent almost all the time. Leftmost heal, max health, get a weapon. Max health for sure. And we're on our last win, so rather than go into a store that will have almost nothing for us, I'm going to take... I was going to take max health, but honestly, Strong Bro. We have so much max health and we're such an aggressive beatdown deck. You know what? Let's clear out Curio one last time. Our starting point is 33 gold, 2588 damage. Be back with you shortly. We're up to 39 gold, 2944 on damage. Second reroll was a bit of a bust. And I really cannot imagine a day 10 Dooley living against this. But thanks to the snapshot and ghost bug, there's a very real chance we actually get steamrolled. Improvised burn, when you crit, your burn improves. He is not snapshotted. What he is incredibly dead. Poor guy. I think this is something I'm very happy with. It was my last recording for this patch. Just intensely salty about snapshotting the entire time, while also steamrolling the game with Crook Pig. There is no more perfect snapshot of my experience the past week than that. Also, what a fair set of skills I appear to have. Very normal power level. Oh, man. It's not like Caltrops even did anything. It's the best card in the build, and it's not even doing anything in those circumstances. That's not the best card. It's pretty reliant on the Diamond Crook to do anything. And since I've got to Legend, I've been bouncing around between 110 and 90 pretty much the entire time. I'm really struggling to get higher, and it's kind of demoralizing because I want to be higher. I'd like to be like making a thoroughly explained video from the top 10 in Legend where I have a like position of authority to talk about it. But instead, I'm just tilting off of the face of the earth because I'm losing to a dually that starts the game with a 12,000 shield combat armor. And it's like, oh, cool. I guess I got outplayed. Anyway, no more salty rambling about bugs. I'm glad that they're going to be gone soon. I hope the patch improves the game as much as the last one did, because I'm really having a blast when I'm not super salty about bugs, and I do love Bazaar. I only hope that it continues to improve because it's a wonderful game, and I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am, in spite of my saltiness and in spite of the bugs. If you made it this far, then please do consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. All that stuff really does help the channel grow, and I really do appreciate it. And I cannot overstate my gratitude for my supporters, both as patrons on Patreon and as channel members here on YouTube. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you in the next one.